Hello everyone, you are watching Chess is Brutal, and in this video I'm going to talk about round 4 of Dubai Chess Open 2022. In the fourth round, Praggnanandhaa had beaten GM Aram with white pieces and Argun Ergisi draw his game against GM Alexander. After this round, Praggnanandhaa is leading this round by 4 points. There is on second number Jimabai Rinath and Arjun Arugasi is in third place. And after this round, we can see that in the live chess rating, Pragnanda has gained 5 points and now Pragnanda is world number 53 and Pragnanda has achieved a rating of 2685 and Arjun Arugasi is on world number 22 after his draw against Alexander and his rating is 27-27. So friend, now we will analyze the game between GM Pragnanandhaa and GM Aram. In this game, Praggnanandhaa has white pieces and GM Aram hakobynn has black pieces. The game starts with e4, c5, Sicilian defense, knight f3, d6, d4 by Prag, and c into d4, knight takes d4, and knight f6 by Aram. In this position, Prag goes for knight c3 and a6. The move a6 is the signature move for Sicilian knight off. And after this move, Pragnanda played h3, g6, and Prag goes for g4. And in this position, Aram played bishop g7 and bishop e3 by Praggnanandhaa. And after this move, short castle by Aram and Praggnanandhaa brings his bishop on g2 and knight c6 by Aram, queen d2 and knight d7 by Aram in this position. After this move, Praggnanandhaa long castle and knight b6 by Aram. In this type of structure, white basically attacks on this side and black starts its attack on this side. So after this move, Praggnanandhaa brings his bishop back on f1, controlling this square. Otherwise, knight will jump on this c4 square. After this move, GM Aram played bishop d7 and Prag exchanged knight and pawn takes knight. The idea of taking the knight with the pawn is basically putting his rook on b8 and attacking on this b2 pawn with the help of bishop and rook in upcoming moves. And after this move, Pragnanda play bishop h6, offering an exchange of bishop. But in this position, Maram played bishop h8 because basically after bishop takes bishop, queen takes bishop, we can see that black kings is so weak and there is a pawn storm coming on this position. So at this position, GM decides to keep his exchange and Pragnanda takes the rook, queen takes rook, and after this move, Prag goes for f4. And we can see that already Prag has started his attack on king side and white is much faster. After this pawn move, black simply play rook b8 and Pragnanda played queen e3 and in this position bishop into a6 is the best move at this moment and after this move g5 by black side, but this is a mistake because after f5 bishop f6 and Pragnanda opens the position by playing move h4. In this position, pawn takes pawn is not possible because after g5, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop. We can see that Rook takes pawn is coming, and after move like suppose bishop e2, we will double the rook on h5, and there is mate. So in this position, after h5, black play queen g7, e5 by Pragg, bishop takes pawn, and queen takes pawn, knight d5 by Aram, and in this position, Praggnanandhaa decides to exchange the queen, and after king takes queen, Praggnanandhaa played knight takes knight, and after bishop b2 check, king d2 by Praggnanandhaa, and pawn takes by knight. And in this position, Pragg takes the pawn on a6 by bishop, and after rook a8, Praggnanandhaa goes for rook b1. And in this position, Giamaram saves his bishop and play bishop d4, which is not the best move. Best move is bishop e5, but in this position, Aram played bishop d4, and after this move, bishop d3 by GM Aram. And in this position, Aram played e5. In this position, rook takes pawn is not a good move because after rook b4, and this position is completely worse for the black. So at this moment, GM Aram played d5, and Praggnanandhaa played rook b7, and after rook b7, bishop c8 by black, and f6 check by Praggnanandhaa, and you cannot take this pawn because after pawn king takes pawn there is a check on f1, and suppose move like this, there is a mate coming on second rank of black. So in this position, after f6, king f8 by black, in this position, we can see that white has a decisive advantage at this moment. White has a good space on this queen side. Black has no space at this moment. White pieces are very active. And after this move, king f8, Praggnanandhaa played rook b4, attacking the bishop. And after bishop c5, Praggnanandhaa played rook hb1. Rook hb1 is not the best move. Rook Pragg has to play rook b3, but Praggnanandhaa decided to give his exchange back, and after bishop takes rook, rook takes bishop, black play h6, and after h6, Praggnanandhaa decides to go for bishop v5. The idea of bishop v5 is putting his bishop on c6, attacking this rook, and same time attacking this pawn. But in this position, black spin the bishop to the white's rook, and in this position, Pragna defends rook by playing a3, and bishop takes pawn, and after this move, bishop a4 by Praggnanandhaa, and black play rook takes rook, pawn takes rook, and now we can see that these center pawns are very weak. There is a passer on b file, and black king has no space. So after this move, king g8 by black, and Praggnanandhaa played bishop e8. The idea of bishop e8 is whenever the black king goes to this square, we can take this pawn. After this pawn falls, this d5 pawn is also falling. So in this position, black decides to play d4, and Praggnanandhaa played b5, pushing his passed pawn, and h5 by black. After this move, Pragg played bishop c6, controlling this important diagonal so that this pawn cannot be forward. And after this move, king h7 by black, and Pragg played bishop e4 check, king h6, and black play calm move, which is king d3, and after king d3 we can see that Prague is ready to advance his king to this square and take this pawn. So in this position, bishop e6 by black, but Praggnanandhaa forward his b pawn to b6, bishop c8, controlling this square, and in this position, Pragg first play king c4, bishop a6 check, king d5, and bishop b7 check. And we can see that Pragg is losing the bishop, but although white is winning. So after king takes pawn, bishop takes bishop, king takes pawn, and in this position, black does last mistake of this game by playing d3, and after pawn takes pawn, this game is totally lost because if you take that pawn, then this pawn is queening. So after this move, black play bishop b7 and Praggnanandhaa played d4, and now we can see that bishop cannot stop this pawn from queening. The next move of white is very simple. White brings his king on d6. After then he will push this pawn, and after this move white will simply win this game. So at this moment GM Aram Hakobynn resigns the game, and Prague wins 4 out of 4 games in Dubai Open 2022, and Prague is leading the tournament. Hope guys you enjoy this analysis. Please like and subscribe to the channel for boosting my morale. I will bring these type of analysis in upcoming days also. So please subscribe. Thank you.